Alright, hello again, kids, Emolians. My name is Krissi, and this is my next vlog. My name is Krista, but you all know me as Krissi. I'm gonna try and speak really loudly because my last one was way too quiet. So I waited until I was home alone, and now I'm actually shouting. And the video doesn't match my lips, that's great. First of all, don't ask what's up with my hair, because I don't know, it's just doing this today, and it's gonna look nasty. And you may recognize Cuddles from my last video. And if you're watching the video just to see Cuddles and not me, that's fine. He's adorable. Anyway. Today's topic is internet friendship. So, this was brought to light to me by one of my friends, who you might consider an internet friend, but there isn't really a difference to me. And her name is Ashley. I just started talking to her maybe 4 or 5 days ago, and you probably all know her because she's the #1 member on EE right now. And if you haven't gotten to know her, haven't looked at her profile because you think EE is full of 14-year-old scene faggots, and she's probably the queen of them all, yes, you're probably right about what the EE is filled with, but hit yourself with a frying pan like I did, and take a look at her profile, because she's nothing like that, and I love her to death, even though we just started talking. I'm not Italian, getting that out there. Anyway, this blog is titled, It's Unfair. And she says, if you know her, you know she doesn't complain about stuff being unfair. And basically she's talking about how she wants to be friends with someone who seems like they don't want to be friends with her because she's an internet friend. Now, I've been on EE for a long time, and I've made some really good friends out of it. I haven't actually had any IRL meetings yet, but they're planned. Some people that I'm really close to would be Marissa Elaine, who is no longer on EE due to something, but she's amazing and I love her. She lives in Georgia, where I'm going to be moving soon. I keep forgetting to shout. I'm sorry if this gets loud and quiet and loud and quiet. And another one is Emily Yaden. Yay, I say your last name wrong every time. Emily Y. Emily Catherine. I love her to death, and we're pretty much sisters. So, and you pretty much should not mess with us. Leave it at that. Those are just a couple of the closest. There's obviously a ton more, but I don't want to try and list everyone because I'll forget people and it just won't be good. But I talk to these people on the phone. I know that they're real. There are people that I do know, but I'm not sure if they're real, and I'm not accusing them of anything. But I would never get that close to someone whom I didn't know was real anymore. Because what EE seems to be having a real problem with now, I had my first experience with about a month after I joined EE. This is back in the summer of 08. Well, it was almost 7 months after I joined EE, but when I first started going on chat. Summer of 08, what a lot of us who were around then called the golden age of EE chat. And me, Emily, Marissa, Maya, Matt, Frank, Corin, were pretty much the regulars. Lucian, of course. And there was a girl who was in a relationship with Frank. And she's beautiful. Stunning. The pictures she used were. Anyway. I didn't know Bella all that well, but she was a regular and she was part of the group to me. And Frank actually bought her an engagement ring. when she decided to tell him that she was fake. Almost everything he knew about her was a lie. I can't imagine getting crushed like that. I was hurt just barely knowing her. It might sound pathetic the way I'm talking about this, but I'm saying this for the kids that want to put up fake pictures. So you know that you really can hurt someone. And I guess the closest experience I've had with this was one of my friends told me that they were going to be in the area and they would even come see me that weekend. Where I work, we were going to meet up and it was going to be amazing and I was so excited. But she was going to go meet Emily first. And Emily was excited and she was texting me all day and back and forth, and so was Mary, and the girl never showed up to meet them. And I'm not going to say who it is because she knows who it is and I love her still to death. But she disappeared for a while after that. And when she came back, we found out she wasn't who we thought she was. I can't speak today, evidently. And I really loved her for who I thought she was. I mean, I didn't love her like that, but I considered her one of my inner circle of friends, of not internet friends, but just of friends. And when you feel like you've opened up to someone and you find out they've just been lying to you, it's really hard to accept. And I didn't want to believe it at first. When people told me, I said, no, she's telling people that because there's something else going on in her life, and she just wants people to be mad at her so they don't have to worry about her. I said that. I was wrong, and I still love her to death. We've had this conversation recently about how I got over being hurt. And it's just, you never expect it to be what it turns into when you have to tell someone that you're not who they think you are. No one signs up with the intention of hurting anyone. But you do. You will. So please don't do it. I guess that's all I have to say on that subject. But also, another note on that subject. Have you noticed how all the really, really attractive people on EE happen to have broken cameras? Kayla had a good point there. What else? There was something else. Oh, I'm writing a Twilight parody for our theater class variety show. If you'd like to help, send me a message with some sort of Twilight joke you found was funny, but please make it intelligently funny. Instead of, OMG, Edward, you look like a fag, how about, seriously, Edward, you look like you're ready for dinner with Elton John. Intelligently funny, not just dumb. So if you want to help with that, send me a message. And I'm trying to do the best I can to make it not retarded. I guess that's all for today. Love. Peace. Especially to Lucian Harding. Anyway. Don't know if I should have said a last name there. But people know his last name, so I think that's alright. Anyway, peace out.